Fidelity increased. Combat overdrived. Style maxed. Booba gigantic. With the upcoming release of Zenless Zone Zero, we may just see Genshin Impact's slow descent into obscurity. This new flashy action combat game seems to be Genshin Impact's successor, stealing Genshin's best combat ideas and improving upon them. And who's developing it? None other than the creators of Genshin Impact themselves. Of course, this alone won't be the cause of death for Genshin. The lack of quality of life and interesting content will. Just a quick glance at the quality of life in HSR that we're getting has to have Genshin fans absolutely livid. I know I am, and I'm mostly checked out at this point. I can't complete my dailies fast enough and exit the game, which is such a shame because the new characters are so interesting and fun to play. Before I dive into the drama and doom posting that is Genshin's life now, I want to talk about some of these fantastic changes coming to HSR. But first, real fast, I'm aiming to hit 1K subs by the end of the year, so to all of those who have already subscribed and you're leaving feedback, thank you. It has reignited my passion for content creation, and I can't wait to be carrying the torch forward into ZZ. And if you're on the fence, well, hopefully I can win you over with this video, so let's get to it. Back to the quality of life improvements for HSR. What are some of the highlights of what we're seeing? They're removing the slog that is repeating lower level MOC tiers, so we can just skip straight to MOC 7 and then tackle the higher tiers, and it just saves our time through the incredibly boring, easy battles. They're implementing a better retry system for the second half of MOC. Genshin. What are we doing, boys? Okay, we could have had this years ago. We've asked for so they're effectively extending the duration we have to complete MOC without any loss in our Jades. They're even increasing the number of Jades we're getting by adding new floors. The offset is possible because they're implementing another permanent system that looks like they're taking a page out of the recent SU event we just had. I think a new meta tier list is going to be recruited, and as a result, if we're lucky, Himiko might just be near the top. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have found a use for these erudition units because they're in a real bad spot with the kings that are destruction blast units. They're making a later stage progress in their rewards for the battle pass, so we aren't just sitting there for 2 weeks waiting for the reset, something we're still doing in Genshin. What is happening? They're making relic enhancement optimizations so that we can efficiently level or discard our relics as we're just churning through them. There are more changes too, but I want to end it with this last one just because of how silly it is, but it just kind of shows like some degree of caring that these devs seem to have. They're giving us the ability to pin a support character. That's it. Just a little click easier. Ooh, just a little click. It's such a minute change that I doubt anyone really suggested. Maybe just like a few, but it's seriously so inconsequential. At worst, you're losing a whole 2 seconds. It's so small, and yet it feels really meaningful in terms of the developer's commitment towards making life easier and just better for the players. I'm not trying to slobber on the HSR dev team here, just to be clear. There are some things that could change, but they make it pretty easy to, so here I am, with drool all over me. For me, it feels like too little and too late. Looking at these HSR quality of life changes makes me feel so helpless and concerned for Genshin's future because they're offering little to nothing. I look at the new permanent game mode coming to HSR on top of us already having one, and then I look back at Genshin, the barren wasteland that it is. What is the content in that game anymore? I just have to listen to Paimon talk for 20 minutes and then walk around for 5 so I can listen to her talk at me for another 30 minutes. The worst part of it is I can't even just sit there and let the game idle through all the dialogue. I have to interact and choose speaking options, which, if you're paying attention, aren't even options. The dialogue following the option can sometimes sound incredibly disjointed from what was just picked, and it instantly removes any form of immersion I had. It feels terrible. Before we get into the bad and the ugly, I want to talk about some potential good and more timely features they're adding to Genshin. It's not all bad, but I'll make it quick. They're increasing the speed of animations in the TCG, as well as having a deck sharing code to quickly net deck or just share with friends. I want to give a quick shout out for the story team as well, because the story is solid, but it does have Paimon, so it does make it incredibly undigestible. Pretty much awful. Unfortunately that is all, so I told you it'd be quick.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's time to dissect the quality of life. I say in quotes, changes to Genshin Impact so we can point and laugh compared to the copious amounts of HSR quality of life features we've already received. When I'm looking at the quality of life they have planned and they've already implemented, I feel none of it. There's so much quality of life we've waited for forever. We've yet to even talk about proper game modes or a roguelike or roguelite system for Spiral Abyss, allowing it to be truly realized or any of that other jazz. I still log in and do my daily commissions because why wouldn't I? They're the fastest way I can get off the game. What even was the previous change they made to daily commissions? Go explore the world for 30 minutes as an alternative to clearing daily commissions? The daily commissions that we have to do now take 5 minutes to complete in Fontaine because the devs were generous enough to give us an easier time to access and complete the quest. What if you enjoyed the new system, but you're also a completionist and you've 100% each zone like me? Now, after 3 years, they'll finally allow us to not run back to restart a domain. After all this time, we can skip quests to access boss materials for newer characters. These changes are very nice, but it's been years. We've asked for this for years. It's so very frustratingly late, only exacerbated by the base qualities of HSR that I've experienced. I never knew how much garbage I was just eating and accepting because I was still having a good time. But the rose-tinted glasses are off and I'm just disappointed. Seriously, the resin/energy system used to be even worse than it is now, and it's still 10 times worse than the current HSR system. They actually expect players to log in every 21 hours to have maximum resin efficiency. Players can't develop a daily routine and be efficient. It's so frustrating. And I hear the criticism, well, Genshin is easy and a casual game, so just don't concern yourself. We don't care about that. This really grinds my gears. If it doesn't bother you or affects casual players, but affects all other players that have some base desire to be efficient, then why are you concerned about making the game better for a group of people other than yourself? At the very worst, you don't care about the change, and so it doesn't really affect you, but it would be seen as one of the best changes ever for other players. So why argue against a change that at worst is neutral? Oh, it would take dev time away. Yeah, okay. Making the resin cap at least 200 would just really take a whole lot of dev time. Changing that 160 to 200, I'm sure they just cannot figure it out. Anyway, I really enjoyed this game, and you can see my frustration.
Oh shit, here we go again.
The bad? Yes. What is the bad? I could talk about the lack of effectiveness of some of these changes, but what I think is truly bad, the root evil behind the changes, or lack of changes really, is just the philosophy the devs have towards Genshin Impact. They design a wonderfully fun combat system just to have us go explore, as 90% of the content where the monsters we kill fall over from a whisper. The only events we have are where we just go take pictures of stuff, continuing that theme of exploration. Don't get me wrong, the designs and locations are gorgeous, but wow, does it just weigh on you over time? How many times will I be required to go to Dvalin Zone to take a quick picture? Nothing is being transformed or transmuted into something new or interesting. The devs have settled into their desired audience and gameplay, and it's just such a shame to see. It's all exploration and Paimon talking at the Traveler like he has a singular IQ point. At this rate, I would rather just have the Traveler die and let Paimon puppet his body around Teyvat. That might be interesting. However, this may be where ZZZ steps in and fills the void. Koyo has likely written off Genshin to be what it is. They have captured a certain type of gamer to fill their wallets, and I mean, I guess it's like, okay, ZZZ might just be that game. The game that has learned from all of its predecessors and enters Gacha's final form. In the shape of a semi-decent game, my friends maybe won't make fun of me for playing. As I was editing this, my friend just sent me a message and let me know that they will not stop making fun of me. All said, I think Genshin has made some positive steps towards becoming a better game, but I just feel like it's too little and too late. I do hope Genshin comes back around, but I fear with ZZZ coming soon, I may just abandon all hope. Jump ship entirely and enjoy ZZZ with my whole heart. So with that, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support, of course. It means the world to me, and if you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful, leave a like. Hopefully I won over your subscription, and that would make my day. If you're interested in a follow-up video that discusses any of the quality of life that I would like to see in Genshin, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to make that video, because I'd love to see the game improve, But that's all for me for now, so see ya.